When it was first announced that the Minnesota Vikings had landed former All-Pro cornerback Patrick Peterson on a one-year, $10 million deal, Vikings fans were like, that's pretty great. Reduced rate, one-year deal. If he doesn't have it, the Vikings aren't hurt long-term, no muss, no fuss. And if he can recover a semblance of his former All-Pro self in a different defensive scheme where he doesn't have to be that dude alpha cornerback one, Vikings got a steal. Let's get that thing going. But then the contract details came out, and you're like, wow, we love it even more as the Vikings are pretty snug against the cap and still want to make some moves for potential free agents, especially on the offensive line. So Ben Gessling, Star Tribune, had the details first. Patrick Peterson, his one-year $10 million deal is actually a one-year $8 million deal with $2 million in incentives. He's got $8 million as his base salary. He's got playing time incentives up to 95% of the snaps, up to $1 million. Now, that could be a percentage in a chunk, or it could be a per game incentive. Doesn't matter. All-Pro incentive as well. Gets $1 million if he ends up being a first or second team All-Pro, which probably is not going to happen, but I guess never say never. Richard Sherman had a nice little career renaissance with the Niners, although he's still hanging out there on the free agent market. So, I mean, if Patrick Peterson somehow works his way back into All-Pro shape and just kills it, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with that extra $1 million. Cap hit wise, the Vikings take on $9 million in 2021. That's currently on the books now. And if he hits that All-Pro incentive, they get an extra $1 million dinged on 2022. Again, I'm okay with that. And after Rudy becoming a post-June 1st designation, you have Patrick Peterson's $9 million taking place of someone's spot on the top 51. Vikings have around $1.4 million in cap space. Now, the Thielen restructure has been widely talked about. They could free up an extra $7.5, $8 million there. Plus, if you do extend Danielle Hunter, Harrison Smith, etc., that frees up even more cap space. Plus, you could add avoidable years to Kirk Cousins and kick that can down the road. But I mean, initially I thought if it's $10 million straight, fully guaranteed, that's great. It's still a pretty cheap rate for a guy that hopefully still has some good football left in him. But now that's $9 million. I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. Plus, the Vikings are not done yet. Offensive line, just please hit a guard one time. Come on, son. Let's get that thing going. But lots of dreams are coming true, man. Dalvin Tomlinson is going to solidify that interior defensive line with Michael Pierce. They're going to be the Bash brothers. And then you have Patrick Peterson on the cheap, and you still have cap flexibility to be able to go after one more piece on the offensive line. And then you go into the draft going true BPA with your 12 freaking draft picks. Woo! Let's get it. Let's get this thing going, man. It's a fun time of year. But your thoughts, full details, Patrick Peterson's deal, let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, pull some in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.